Travis Wayne Goodsell, the Evil Five Mormons, have been spreading the word today to get more people to put more thumbs down on my videos beyond just the five. So, thank you. You fell for the trigger trap. Nobody sees your thumbs down but me, which means everybody else sees the number of views. So by all means, keep it up. Spread the word wide and far. Go put a thumbs down on Travis's videos, and you'll just be fulfilling prophecy. Joseph Smith's prophecy. Way to go, Mormons. Good job. So what is that prophecy? First, you need to understand that the Book of Mormon tells Mormons that we are after the learning of the Jews. 1 Nephi, chapter 1, verse 2. That is our religion. That is the foundation of our religious understanding. That is Mormonism, the learning of the Jews. Now, which Jews? There's pre and there's post captivity. Captivity referring to 600 BC, technically 587, 86. Yeah, 86. Because 597 was the first year of the reign of King Zedekiah. It was 11 years later when Babylon came in to finish the job because Zedekiah was not giving tribute as required for him to be put into the presidency of the United States. The kingdom of Jerusalem for. So yes, I've told you, the Book of Mormon is coded. But we are Egyptian Israelites. The Egyptian documents are the source of Mormonism. Joseph Smith emphasized that on multiple points throughout his term. And if you didn't know, because I see a rise in the younger Mormons, Quaco, are you one of the evil five? The 1981 triple combination attempted to decode the Doctrine and Covenants, because the church obviously recognized that the Doctrine and Covenants was coded. Names and places and sometimes things were encoded. And the church service missionaries working on that big project did work on trying to figure out what was what. And so you can go to Wikipedia. They have the conversion chart to show you who was what. But they missed some. For example, I've gone over this multiple times. Doctrine and Covenants, section 1, verse 16. It says Babylon is going to fall in the future. This is Joseph Smith. Babylon is going to fall? Yeah, that's a code name. And so what does Babylon refer to? Well, Mormons knew back in the day, the elders of Israel, come join now with me. O Babylon, we bid thee farewell. We're going to the mountains of Ephraim to dwell. America. Brigham Young fled America, came to Mexico territory. That's what we're celebrating on July 24th every year. Brigham Young fleeing America, settling here in Mexico territory. It was at least a couple years later when The United States came in and turned it into the Utah Territory. And so they purposely did not, because I'm sure they could have figured that out. They knew the hymns. I figured it out. And so, yes, America shall fall. But it's talking about religion. In 14 and 15, only a religion can violate the everlasting covenant. And who has everlasting covenant for religion? Only Joseph Smith, but he was assassinated. He's talking about a future time when America will fall. So which religion is he referring to? Oh, right. His church will fall. So then again, go to section 101, the parable that Joseph Smith gives. That the leaders of the church, who are the servants of the nobleman, are said to have laxed on their job. The enemy comes in, destroys, and the leaders of the church flee, abandoning Mormons. And so, knowing that Joseph Smith spoke in code, knowing that Joseph Smith spoke in parables about the future of the church, why then can't you see the code in section 45? And I will decode it for you as I read it. And verse 49 is where I'll start. And the man like Moses shall utter his voice, and all the ends of the earth shall hear it, and the nations of the earth shall mourn, and they that have laughed shall see their folly, and the calamity shall cover the mocker, and the scorner shall be consumed, and they that have watched for iniquity shall be hewn down and cast into the fire. And then shall those Mormons look upon me and say, What are these wounds in thy hands and in thy feet? Then shall they know that the one mighty and strong is he, that he is the one mighty and strong. For he will say unto them, These wounds are the wounds with which I was wounded in the house of my friends. And remember, the learning of the Jews, not the Christians. Pre-captivity Jews. Pre-captivity Egyptian Jews. And if you don't know the difference, the Egyptians, Osiris is murdered. Horus returns to Egypt after being banished to battle with Set, who had murdered his father, to restore the kingdom of his father. So there's a difference. The father is the one who was murdered, and of all the religion is based upon. The son is the one who restores the kingdom of his father after having been usurped. In Hebrew, that's translated into English as Jacob. And so when it says, I am he who was lifted up, I am Jesus that was crucified, I am the Son of God, you have to use the learning of the Jews, not Christians. And so lifted up, that's the Egyptian Ankh. And crucifixion, in Egyptian, that's anointing and crowning. Son of God, Son Amen. Amenel. And then shall the Mormons weep because of their iniquities. What iniquities? They were laughing, mocking, scorning, watching for iniquity. Then shall they lament, because they persecuted their king. So yes, by all means, Mormons, continue to fulfill prophecy so that more and more people will be triggered to bypass the analytical program YouTube has sabotaged me with. Thank you. Bring it on. Because you're just setting yourselves up for failure. And you may say, oh, I'm not going to weep. I'm not a snowflake. Yeah. You've never seen torture. You are unaware of what's coming. Like I said in a previous video I just uploaded, America is destroyed. Now we wait to see the consequences, because it takes time for people to be affected by it. If a company is robbed, it's going to take some time for customers and employees to experience the robbery. And the products, whether the prices skyrocketed because they ran out of product material because that's what was robbed, or the lack of product because they were robbed. The employees who have to be laid off because the business lost a lot of money in the theft, or even shutting down. So then the employees lose their jobs, and then it's just a countdown as to when the money from their last check will run out. Whereas if they don't have another job to replace it, so you get the idea. We're in a coronavirus pandemic that was purposely spread and escalated. As misinformation from Russia convinced many Americans to be anti-maskers, anti-science, for the sole purpose of spreading and escalating the virus to get everyone infected. And as we're finding out, the vaccines, we're going to have them for the rest of our lives, because the virus was spread and escalated rather than staying home until it passed over. You know, the whole Moses Exodus thing. We are under attack. And Mormons right now are laughing, mocking, scorning, waiting for iniquity. But very soon, if not by the end of this year, into January, Mormons will start to feel the pressure economically and physically with the virus. This is why I've been warning you. I'm the one warning you, not your prophets, because Joseph Smith prophesied they would abandon you. Bingo, they did. They keep talking about the second coming now, this year. But back in 2014, 2015, when those 3 prophets died, with the tetrad lunar moons, yeah, there were Mormons saying, hey, this could be it. I think these are the signs. Church came out and said, no. Now we find out the church is part of it, helping to spread and escalate the virus. Leaving churches open, taking temples to phase 3, keeping their businesses open, so that they can spread and escalate the virus. As Nelson is a medical doctor, Renland, medical doctor. They know better. All leaders knew in advance the seriousness of it. They all failed us. Congress purposely timed this so that everything would collapse. As Trump just gone. And so very soon, if you remember the federal shutdown 2 years ago, the longest in history, it took some time until the federal employees started feeling the pinch. But in that one, they were saved at the last minute. But this one, I have a whole new Congress. They have to start from scratch. And this one involves the relief to Americans. And it's just, nope, hold the rug right from under you. As you guys are laughing, mocking, scorning, waiting for someone to commit iniquity, so that you can laugh, mock, and scorn, and extort them. But eventually, it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. And you'll be weeping and lamenting. It's prophesied. Sorry, nothing you can do about it. So it is said, so it is written. So, this is why I warned you. I want you saved. Nelson wants you dead. Wants you compromised. So who do you think works for God? Are you sure? Are you sure you want to still be Mormon? Have you not figured it out by now? Because if you still can't figure it out, if you're still so blinded with rage because I exposed the crime, corruption, and evils of the church, that you want to post a thumbs down rather than pay attention, they're coming for you. Remember Kamala Harris when she said that? They're coming for you. They warned you. Everybody warned you. Michael Cohen warned Congress that we were able to watch. He warned the senators, the GOP senators. He's been warning this nation. We knew what was coming. Trump was very open about it the whole time. We all knew it was going to get worse because he said, I'm going to do worse things. We all knew this. The Book of Mormon told us he was going to lose this election. Bingo! But, Mosiah 29, you cannot remove a wicked king without much contention and bloodshed. Here it comes. Trump gave the signal alert. Remember back when he said stand back and stand by? The white supremacist group said, we hear ya, we're standing by. Well, Trump's now tweeted, time for action. And they're going, right on, we'll be there on the date with our guns. Do you think they're just joking? I'm sure they're just joking, right? Because Trump's a known kidder, even though he says, oh, I don't kid. Trump's not a comedian. He's been given the signs in all his rallies and speeches. And as the news is reporting, you don't do the pardons he did yesterday until it's closing time. This is his first term. Why is he doing them now? Because there won't be a second term. Not for Biden either. We were warned. Steve Bannon, back in 2016, was reported by the Daily Beast. We're gonna destroy America. Not Oliver Stone. The Stone guy, Roger Stone. He said, Civil War. Trump said the stock market's going to collapse. Pay attention. Like I said, it's going to take some time, but not too much time. America has been destroyed. It's just going to take some time for everybody to have it sink in, because now their lives are destroyed, if they aren't already. And so, Mormons, are you sure you want to continue to laugh, mock, scorn, and look for iniquity? By all means, keep doing it. I'm getting more views. My warning message is getting out. But I'm the one trying to save your lives. Not the prophets. Not our leaders in government. Me. Only me. Only me.